Hi, I'm Paddycake, and this is my best friend, Brent. We've been besties for a while now, and one of the things we bonded over was our shared love of Madlibs. On Christmas a few years ago, Brent pitched the idea to me to create a show where we use AI art to accentuate the humor of Madlibs. 3 weeks later, we started filming, and we haven't stopped since. Through this project, we hope to share our weird humor and to highlight both the unexpected beauty and complete absurdity of AI-generated art. Welcome to MidJourney Madlibs. Hello, my darlings, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, please come in and make yourself at home. My name is Paddycake. Welcome to Paddycake Games and another episode of MidJourney Madlibs. With me, as always, is my best friend and co-host, Brent. How are you doing today?
I am lovely.
Awesome. Well, we're not going to waste any time. You guys know how this works. We send each other Madlibs. We send each other the answers to go into the Madlibs. We then take those sentences. We run them through MidJourney. We create art. We get together. We share it with each other, and we laugh. And that's the show, and we hope you like it. And if you do like it, look down below the video. There's a button just for you. It's a thumbs up button. It just means you like the video. And if you're doing that, look right next to it. There's a button for subscribe. You can click on that too. And if you want to be super thorough, you can click the notification bell, and that lets you know when new videos get posted to the channel. And then if you look in the description of the video, there's also a link to a Discord. Come and join the Discord. We'd love to meet you. There's lots of really cool people that hang out there, and we talk about this. We talk about other stuff on the channel. We just talk about random stuff. It's pretty fun. Come and join us. I'm first tonight. And I didn't even realize whenever I chose my Madlibs, but I chose a theme. And because they're from two separate books. They're from two separate Madlib books.
No
Monday's
way.
Madlib was about Albert Einstein, and this Madlib is about famous scientists. Go and figure.
Well, mine sort of have a tie-in too, so.
Well, what's funny is, as I was doing this Madlib and getting all the prompts in, a lot of the prompts just gave me pictures of Albert Einstein, which I thought was wild. It's like he's such a famous scientist.
Steer away from him.
He's such a famous scientist that it doesn't matter what scientist we're talking about. It says, oh, by the way, that was Albert Einstein that did that. No, it wasn't. Okay, anyway. Over the years, many famous copperheads have developed flying theories.
Whoa.
It's a flying copperhead. Isn't that wild? It almost looks like a dragon.
Wild.
It looks like a little tiny dragon. Over the years, many famous copperheads have developed flying theories, inventions, and ideas that have contributed to the evolution of chicken kind.
I love that he's in front of a chemical refinery. And I don't know if this is like because he's so close to the chemical refinery, he's now an anthropomorphic chicken?
Yeah, maybe.
Or-
It also, I mean, even if he was an anthropomorphic chicken, why are his combs all weird like that? Because they usually only have one down the middle of their head, not two of them in two different directions.
It is definitely a bit odd. For sure.
Here are 3 of the most dreadful scientists to ever collapse.
Is a coral snake biting that one guy's face? I hope.
No, they're all holding
feels
like
like-
these. They're like one's holding something. One is it's on like a tray, and the other one is just like sticking out of his face. But they have these little. They have these little red and silver and white apparatuses.
They look like spark plugs
Yeah.
or something.
I don't know what that's all about. It's so weird. And this one guy has blue
And why
smoke coming out of the top of his head.
I feel like these are some of the most dreadful scientists ever.
Absolutely. Here is our first of the 3. Galileo Galilei was an Italian scimitar who invented the telescope. And he was apparently a stuffed bear.
I love this scimitar.
Yeah,
This
not
is-
quite a
This
scimitar.
is like something from Final Fantasy.
It does. It's like a Buster Sword.
It's a dagger. Because you know how everything's so
Everything's
huge.
way oversized, yeah. He also found out a lot of information about the Sticky Way galaxy.
I'm glad I used a Y word.
Yeah, it made it work a lot better. So it kind of sounds like Milky Way. It's Sticky Way.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the reason I chose this picture is I don't know why, but it looks like everything, like the red especially, is sticky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to touch anything.
The white
there. I
looks
feel
like a
it's-
cloud, but
Yeah.
it could be like cotton candy, and cotton candy is sticky.
Yeah. But the red is also attached to his backpack, which is weird. Or backpack. His air supply, his chair. Is it a chair? Is he sitting in a chair? Or, I don't know. It's hard to
It looks
tell.
like a space chair. Maybe that's all he has to travel in. It's like
space chair. He also found out a lot of information about the Sticky Way Galaxy, the solar system, and planets like Jupiter and Didgeridoo.
Well, I did not really expect.
I didn't expect to get a didgeridoo either, but every image gave me a didgeridoo. I thought it was great.
It's just what a unique planet. It's a giant
It's
cylinder.
a giant
that's-
cylinder, yeah. And it's constantly going.
It's if you live near one of the poles, you never get any sleep.
Sir Isaac Newton discovered most of what we know about gravity. And he did it in a black dress.
Well, so I guess none of my words were in that sentence.
No. This was something without any prompt words in it.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah. But apparently, he worked with gravity in a black dress and big silver balls.
Or bloomers.
He also wrote scientific old codgers called the First Law of Motion. Whoa! My first law of
Very
motion!
cool.
He's like an anime now.
But I like that it's got like movement. Like they have this artwork depicting movement, and even like his hair isn't so much that it's wild, but
It's blowing
more like,
somewhere. It's blowing in the wind as he
it's
does
moving
his
with him. Yeah.
ultimate attack.
Even his mustaches seem to be in motion.
The second law of motion and the frozen law of motion. It's a frozen piece of, I'm guessing, orange flavored dessert of some kind. Just by the oranges on the
or
table.
mango.
Well, there's oranges on the
Maybe mango.
table. That's why I think it was
yeah.
orange. But yeah, and there's icicles hanging off the front of the table just to let you know that, yes, this is indeed frozen. Here's our third scientist. Charles Darwin invented theories about natural selection. I had to use this one
Wow.
because it was so weird. And
Like-
this is a zoom out. It was just like the picture frame, and it was like a painting.
I'm like, whose arm is that?
Yeah, but when I zoomed
I
it out, it's
don't-
like, oh, there's an extra arm there, and then that kind of looks like his arm, but who's this arm? Is it the monkey's arm? Why does the
is he
monkey
wearing
have a
suit
human
jacket?
arm? Why does he have a suit
Yeah.
jacket on? Why is
Maybe they're reaching from behind the picture, whoever it is, and it's like, dude, you're not supposed to be in the painting.
Why is Charles Darwin topless with a bunch of weird deformed monkeys? One of which has strange demon horns.
That's way back in the hits.
These theories proved how different species splattered over hundreds of years on Earth. Or alien planets, that works too.
I mean, there are probably places on Earth that could look like this in the right lighting.
Yeah, but not the animals. It's like, as soon as I saw this, it's like, there's not a single animal that is not an alien creature in this picture. Every single
there's
thing.
a couple of those. There's sea scorpions could look a little bit like that yellow.
Okay, well, maybe
Or-
this is underwater. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah,
Maybe it's underwater.
I was definitely thinking underwater. Look at these things look like they're floating for sure.
But even so,
I know. And
he woodenly studied several species of raven in the Galapagos dandelions.
wow, that's quite interesting. He really studied them. Well.
He studied
feels
them
like he got
so
into
hard.
character.
He had to live
He
among them.
evolved into one.
No, he had to live among them, so he disguised himself. So all his journals like, day 5, they have acclimated to my presence. They don't suspect that I'm actually a human.
This beak was a genius move.
Right? But that's it. That's the end of my Madlib. Are you ready for some honorable mentions?
Oh yeah.
All right, here we go. This is the cool snake thing that I wanted to tell you about. So this is, over the years, many famous copperheads have developed flying theories. It is literally a flying snake.
Yeah, and even look at it, how it's got like almost like a sail along
Yes,
its back.
I love that. It's like an old,
and it's flattened at the tail, like so it is able to actually manipulate air in ways that it shouldn't be able to because it has these extra. It's like his spine maybe has, which ribs are longer. He can flatten himself out in a different way.
Yeah, I just thought that was really cool. It reminded me of like Asian dragons. They contributed to the evolution of chicken kind.
I love it.
They're posh chickens.
I also love it that, you know, as in mankind, all of the ones in the photograph are males.
Yes, they're all roosters. And then if that one wasn't enough, here's another. It's literal evolution in motion. He's becoming human. He has hands.
Or he's becoming chicken. I don't know.
Or human becoming chicken.
Going.
It could be either. You're right. Sir Isaac Newton discovered most of what we know about gravity.
By learning how to fly.
Apparently. And this dude's about to learn everything about gravity in the next, like, 3 seconds. All right, next we have... Oh, that's it. That's the last one. So that's it. That's the end of my Scientist Madlib. That one was a lot of fun, so I'm glad you liked it. My weird experiment has continued. So, you want to see some weird blended pictures?
I mean, yeah, because it's kind of like a little trip down memory lane.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Will It Blend? The show where we take weird images from last season, shove them in a blender, and find out just how weird we can make them. What are we working with today? Episode 19. Brent's Madlib. And image number 9. So what is that? Aw, they're so cute. Scanlan's magical cockroaches. So what are we going to be blending that little cute picture with? Episode 5. My Madlib. And image number 20. Goodness, the last honorable mention, which actually didn't make it into the episode, but this is animals watching TV. And if we take those two pictures and merge them together, what do we get? Haha, magical cockroaches watching TV. It's actually kind of cute. But we're not done. Let's try another one. This will be from episode 21. It's from My Madlib again. And image number 7. And that is, oh gosh, drinking alpaca spit. Yeah, I remember that one. So what are we blending that abomination with? Let's find out. It'll be from episode 18? Nope, 19. And it will be from My Madlib. And image number 20. And this is the last honorable mention, and I believe that was Edvard Munch. Yes, it was. And that was Running Away to the Internet. Also did not make it into the episode, but I have everything, so I still have it. So what happens when we blend alpaca spit with Running Away to the Internet? We get Oh, God. That's awful. Drinking alpaca spit on the internet and apparently pepperoni pizza. And what happens when we blend the blends? Oh, goodness. So magical cockroaches drinking alpaca spit on the internet. That's actually kind of cute. It looks like something from Star Wars. Yeah, it blends.
Like I told you, Patrick had the double scientist thing. I had the letter of the letter for this week. So I had tools of the table, and now we've got rules of the ride. And then somehow I got a mobile burlesque.
Which should be a thing.
The lady there who had to get her little box covered up, a box.
We can just leave it there. Just leave it there. That's good. That's good.
Whenever our bus driver for field trips is Will Wheaton, our class is in for a green time.
Doesn't really look like him, but okay. I think having Will Wheaton as our driver on a school trip would be freaking awesome.
He's green. He looks sort of like the Mad Hatter. This grumpy old clown has strict rules to follow, such as these.
Oh God. Why are you so grumpy, old man?
That is definitely a grumpy old clown.
Oh, that would be... See, this is the kind of clown that I would be afraid of. And clowns generally make me uncomfortable. They don't make me afraid, but they make me a little uncomfortable. It's something to do with that... it's not really uncanny valley. It's that unearthly face.
Yeah.
You know?
But for me, this guy seems so like... He's been a clown all his life, and somehow or another, he doesn't know how to give it up. And so... he just dresses up like a clown. It's sort of like once the Joker gets old and nobody cares anymore, and like he gets on the bus to scare people, and they all just like,
whatever.
Oh God, he's still
crazy
alive.
Old man. I mean, is he wearing the same clown suit he wore when he was young? Has he ever washed it? Ever?
No running or spinning up and down the aisles of the bus.
That's probably a good idea.
If you're me, you will get nauseous and you may throw up on someone. But I mean, I could see how it's tempting as there's
especially there's nothing there.
Her.
It's just it looks like carpet actually, like soft carpet from floor to floor and back to front. No seats. There's some poles, but no seats.
So stay away from the poles unless you're going to spin around them. But, you know, do not scream, yell, or scream.
It's one of those moments where I gave you a word that just made it really funny. The same word that's in the sentence. Don't scream or scream.
Do not scream, yell, or scream too loudly because it is rarely distracting for the driver.
Oh, really? Then we should do it more.
Use your stumpy indoor voice.
Well, there's nobody else on the bus. It's just you. You're driving by yourself. You can scream as much as you want.
Oh my God, it's like a little tyke school bus. That's the title, or the other half of the title. Yeah, Little Tyke's School Bus. Eating any sort of fingers is expressly prohibited.
So here we are.
Any fingers?
No, not at all. There's no fingers in this at all.
I did do an upscale of this, and there were things that looked more finger-like. It looks more like they're eating tamales. But This is what's funny to me. So these two girls up front look fairly normal. I mean, this one's clearly making a face, kind of crossing her eyes and sticking out her tongue. And then you go back to the back row, and that lady looks kind of like she's got a pig nose. And the little girl in the back, something's wrong. And then I'm not even sure if that's really
is that a person or a pile of
just
clothes?
A pile of jackets.
Yeah. It's hard to tell.
Do not throw anything, including paper bells. I like this one because it almost looks like just...
What is going on in the back seat?
Uh-oh. Is that...
Are they fighting? Are they wrestling?
I don't know. Well, there's one that I would not be able to show our normal audience that I might toss at the end to show you because it was kind of creepy. Anyhow, Yeah, that one was kind of weird. And did the road just start like right there?
Yeah, because it kind of looks like the bus is parked at like where the road ends. There's like nothing behind it. And this kid's leaning out the side window. It almost looks like he's holding a gun and he's gonna shoot one of those birds.
Yeah. Don't ask the bus driver every 40 minutes. Are we rotten yet?
Oh! Are we rotten? Yes. Yes, you are.
So weird. And I'm kind of digging. Your bus has a concession stand,
right? Actually, it looks more like a bar than a concession stand.
Like bitches. This habit will make him scream and turn a bright shade of black.
Okay, weird prompt, weird sentence, but that's kind of cool.
I don't know if you remember doing this in art, but you would get a piece of paper and it would be covered. For lack of a better term, it was like covered in like black crayon.
Yes,
but it was
no, exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. It was like those things where you scratch away the black to create the negative space to make the white, and you make a picture that way. That's what it reminds me of.
And this is like a brilliant version of it. Most importantly, keep your kneecaps and tight shirts inside the bus at all times.
Okay.
Also, another weird bus with just like this one only has one row on the side, which is sort of kind of like the party buses a little bit.
Does this kid have almost a full like leg sleeve of tattoos?
It almost looks more like mud.
But he also has the marking on the side of his face.
Oh yeah, so maybe he's got like he used a marker. Anyone caught sticking his or her whiskers out the window will be immediately removed from the bus.
Oh, poor kitty. You better stick your head back in, you'll get removed.
I got so many cat-like things sticking their heads out the window or pressing their faces against the glass.
Well, I gave you the word whiskers. I didn't expect to not have cats come up in that prompt, so.
And that is the end and time for some honorable mentions.
That was fantastic. Well, there's like two Will Wheatons, two incorrect Will Wheatons.
So the bottom one is our class is in for a green time, and the one above that is the grumpy old clown. Has
really? Well, he doesn't look grumpy at all. He looks very pleasant. I would sit next to him.
But yeah, and then this one is no eating fingers. And it was just so freaking weird.
What the hell?
Like Grimace, but like Murder Grimace or something.
Murder Grimace. I love that.
Whenever our bus driver for field trips is Will Wheaton, our class is in for a green time.
Oh, well, it's going to be very green.
And also, don't go down a creek bed on the bus. What is this, like a Hummer? A Hummer bus.
It's a Hummer bus. It's off-road busing.
Yeah. This grumpy old clown has strict rules to follow, such as these.
Oh, my God.
I just love how it kind of pushed them out.
Right? He's like sticking out of the bus. This is like this actually, you know what? This is actually kind of cool. This is kind of what you would see a caricature artist do.
Yeah.
You know, when they'd say,
like, this is Will Wheaton, the grumpy bus driver.
Well, no, they ask us, like, what do you do for a living? I'm a bus driver. It's like, oh, okay, so give me, like, a face that you would make when you're really frustrated with the people on your bus. And he makes that face. So, like, okay, hold it for a second. And they do a quick sketch. It's like, okay, you can just... And they sit and talk, and they finish the caricature, and this is what they come up with. I've seen stuff like that before. Oh, God.
Do not scream, yell, or scream loudly, because it is rarely distracting for the driver.
God, is it Night of the Living Dead? Why are they all dead zombies? Look at the guy in the back on the right with the giant open mouth and the bloody face.
No.
What the hell?
Eating any sort of fingers is expressly prohibited. And this is the one I told you to remember that last prompt.
Yes, it does kind of look like that. That's weird. That's weird.
So
and then girl at the top right. Girl at the top right literally just ate her own fingers.
I know. That's
what the hell?
And then this girl down here in the kimono has got her little chopsticks, and it looks like fried fingers.
Is it chopsticks? I thought she was holding a cell phone.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe she's taking a picture of her food.
Yeah. And then, dude, at the bottom right.
I thought that one would catch your eye, so here it is in all of its glory.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. It looks like he's covered in beans.
Let's hope those are beans.
Yeah. Well, let's just say this is my thoughts. My thoughts is he's extraordinarily drunk. He's on the bus coming home from the game. He's trying to eat his chicken fingers and barbecue sauce, and he's not having a good time doing it.
And here we go with Are We Rotten Yet? Every 40 minutes.
Oh, God. These are so weird and great.
And once again, I could not do like a big panel of these. And I expressly did pick the red border, which I thought was very appropriate.
Yes. Now, the top left, that needs to be in a horror game. Because that looks like something from a horror game, and I love it. Yeah, I love it.
It's good. It's creepy as crap.
Are they screaming because they just suddenly realize that this creature is a creature? Because why would they be that close and not realize it? Or are they screaming at the creature like it's their pet or something, and it's like, no.
Or their friend.
Yeah.
Maybe they're on another planet. That's the end.
Yay! That was really good. That was fun. So now that we've done a whole Madlib about the rules on a road trip while you're riding on a bus, do you remember what the wheels on the bus do?
They go up. No, they spin round and round.
Right. And you know what else spins round and round? The wheel! Well, we got our art themes, and we got through our first week returning from our mid-season break. I think we're off to a really great start. I think this is 2 really good episodes. What do you think?
Well, I was like, really, like, oh gosh, I'm in so much pain, and I'm like, I hope I can like do the show. I mean, obviously I knew I could do it, but I didn't want to be like.
Yeah, and sometimes laughing, especially when you're back, sometimes laughing makes the back hurt, which, funnily enough, usually makes me laugh harder, which makes the back hurt worse, which makes me laugh even harder. It's a weird, vicious cycle.
I did buy this really nice little wedge pillow that's behind me, and I specifically went to Five Below to get the wedge pillow, and it did help a lot. Plus, I had an ice pack on for a good amount of time, and there's a lot of endorphins too. So
that's true. Laughter does that.
So I hope y'all laughed as much as we did, and you've got to come back next week and see our art styles. Some of these are very new to us, and we're going to be as delighted to share these with each other as to share it with y'all. So come back next week. Don't forget to like us, subscribe, share us, and of course, set yourself the little reminder. That way, you'll know when we come back on.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming by. As he said, click like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next week.
Like and subscribe.
The algorithm demands it.